Man, so I'm excited to capture your journey, man.
No doubt.
Detroit native, West Side Joy Road, man. Deezy, like, what was that like growing up, man, on Joy Road, man? Because, a lot of people on the outside, they looking in on Detroit. Detroit is crazy right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you are one of the ones who are like pioneers to help contribute to the culture to push it forward.
Uh-huh.
But I want to catch the journey. So before the Deezy, the world got to know, what was it like growing up on Joy Road, man?
Oh, man, it was beautiful. One thing that I really miss about, like my days of being younger and coming up in the hood and shit like that was, we didn't really do no gang banging in Detroit. So everything for Detroit was about your neighborhood and where you from.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And not just repping it just because, that's where you live at. We was really into our neighborhoods back in the day to where we protected our neighborhoods. We took care of our neighborhoods.
Yep.
We didn't stand for nonsense going on in our neighborhoods. So like me, I love Joy Road so much because that's where I got damn near every angle of myself from. You know what I mean? Like even my beginning of my hustling days, going to school, my first fights, you know what I mean? All of those things happened for me growing up on Joy Road. So when people see me throwing up my hood and see how I represent my hood so hard, it's because of that. It's because I know that the man that I am today, a lot of it was built from where I'm from.
No, absolutely. Now, Joy Road was known for a place, man, hustlers, people making money.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No
a
doubt.
lot of people came out of that way, man. Like, how was those influences? Or just because when people look at Detroit, like you can look at a lot of places around the world, but people not bougie like us, bro.
Yeah,
we like high quality, high fashion, novelty pieces. Like, bro, that's us, man. Like, what inspired you, like, growing up? What influences did you feel like you were seeing around you, man, that was pushing you forward to help you?
Well, first, I'll say this because I know that the first thing that I'm going to say, some people will ask me, why would you say that? You know what I mean? But it's also a flip side to it. So the first thing that I want to say is that, I watched all the hustlers in my neighborhood. Back in those days, man, entertainment and stuff like that wasn't as it is today.
For sure.
So for us, a lot of times growing up, we saw success from drug dealers and hustlers and the players and pimps and shit like that. So for me, growing up in my neighborhood and even in a situation like my oldest daughter, her uncle was you from my way too.
Yep.
So my daughter's uncle Hokey.
Okay.
Back when I was younger, my daughter's uncle, he was one of the guys who was controlling the neighborhood and really getting that paper back in the day. So even for me being young and looking at Hokey when I was growing up, you know what I mean? Like I can remember a point in time where to work for Hokey was like everybody in my neighborhood dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially if you was younger. It was like that was the thing. It was almost like if you got to go work for Hokey, you made it. You know what I'm saying? So just growing up in my neighborhood and being around certain people like my brother Lario. My brother Lario was a real big figure in my neighborhood, period. You know what I mean? Like, and I was blessed to have him and to be under his wing the way that I was, because Lario was a guy who, he always had stuff since we was kids. He had cars with switches and old schools, and, you know what I mean? And trucks and cars and jewelry and stuff like that. So, back when I was real young, I say like my elementary, middle school days, I was really looking up to all the hustlers that was from my neighborhood. Now the flip side to it though is I also had those people in my neighborhood who gave me the game on how to carry myself.
For sure.
What to look out for. The people that taught me to, the single lady that's on the older lady that's on the block, cut her grass and, not when you go into the store, knock on her door and make sure she needs something from the store because she's older and she doesn't have a man at home with her. So, the snow coming down, go shovel her snow and, you know what I mean? All of those things to me, they build character. So, like I said, man, I just got a lot of stuff from my neighborhood and where I grew up.
Now,
I even went to church on Joy Road growing up.
There you go.
So, you know what I mean?